Hi. So, I made a video about raising frequency, creating reality through creating and choosing high frequency love, gratitude over low frequency such as fear or hatred, for example. And I want to make an additional video. The key for me to being able to raise your own frequency and to choose energetic levels, I think, is among others by accepting the duality of all things, by accepting, recognizing your own shadow aspects, your own lower frequencies that you have in you. And here I want to add that what I find very valuable to use in your daily life, but to use also in medicine with clinical sicknesses, diseases, is the Kybalion of the 7 Hermetic laws, the natural laws. I really encourage you to look those up if you don't know them, if you haven't read them. Read them and bring them into your life. I will read the 4th of those 7 laws, because this is the one that I want to talk briefly about today. The 4th principle of polarity. I will read it. It says, everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. This is so important for me as a holistic therapist, as a holistic doctor, and in my own process for everybody, in order to let go of your lower vibrations, of your lower frequencies, the trauma energy. I think it is very important to recognize where it came from, to recognize your shadow aspects in order to raise to a frequency of love, free from fear. For example, I think we have to recognize the fear in ourselves. I think we have to recognize the trauma, the pain and the suffering. Recognize that you have anger in yourself, because where there is love, there is hate. There can be hatred. Where there is light, there is also dark. The duality of all things, they only go together by their pair, by their other opposite pair. All things can only exist by their dual pairing. Also in ourselves, I think if we want to raise to these higher frequencies, don't push away your negative emotions. Don't push away your fear. Recognize your fear and then let it go. Recognize your anger. Recognize your trauma. Recognize what happened to you and that it caused very unpleasant emotions. The raising to higher frequencies, I think, should not be falsely viewed as like a super candy cotton world where everything is always nice. This is not the dual reality that we live in on planet Earth. Not everything is nice. Everything has its pair of opposite. Every aspect of ourselves includes a light and a dark side. Dark, shadow, trauma aspects of ourselves should not just be repressed. This is so important. Don't repress, don't ignore, but recognize what is there and decide for yourself which side of the opposites, Which side, the light or the dark, the love or the fear, do you want to fuel? Do you want to energize? And do you want to focus? Put all your attention to. Not all your attention, but the most of your attention. Recognize what is there, what is shadow aspect in you. If it comes up, if it is triggered by, if your trauma is triggered by anything, recognize it. Let it be there. Empathize. Be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate. Recognize the emotions that you're feeling because they are true emotions. But don't put all your attention onto the shadow aspects. See what is there, accept it, and then when you accept that it is there, that you have your shadow aspects, everybody has, in order to look up to the lighter frequencies, we have to also look down into the shadow, into the ground and the core, and what is unpleasant as well. By repressing it and by ignoring it, we don't resolve it. We cannot let go of something that we cannot see. So, this is just a thought that I want to put out into the world. I find very, very valuable. So accept that we are not perfect. Nothing can be ideal and perfect without its other half and other opposite aspect. But we can decide which side, which polarity, which dual aspect do we want to focus on. We have both in us, we have all in us, but we want to nurture, to fuel, and to energize the light, the love, the gratitude. But accept that we have in us all. Have a very light and accepting Sunday. And I think we should remember harmony only comes by recognizing what is there, both light and dark, and then integrating. Harmony comes by integrating shadow and light aspects, and by being conscious and choosing consciously which aspect do we want to fuel and which do we want to accept and let go. Not control it, not repress it, not ignore it. Let it be there, accept, and create this harmony between all opposites. Thank you.